Welcome back to Gunsmoke, a Spire RPG actual play from the House of Bob.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm playing Istrid Malel, the spider descendant midwife.
I'm Dan. I'll be playing Hugo Verite, the Vermissian sage.
I'm Alex, and I'll be playing Jeroth, the cannibalistic carrion priest.
I'm Christina, and I'm playing Leon LaCroix, bartender by night, knight by day.
And I'm Jake, your game master. If you like what you hear and want to support the show, please visit us at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. So last session, you were making preparations for your return to Endline to challenge Drin's operations there. You sold or gave away your gifts from Stanza and Blossom, making a note in your calendar about their upcoming party, and charging Leon's squire Venice with the care of your new shiny horse, Fred. You used the proceeds to deck yourselves out in new weapons and armor, promising the Azurite merchant a sample of living metal from the Vermissian in exchange for a good deal. And further, as an option to protect Sonder from being targeted again as you approach, you learned a false death spell from an old Charnelite. We left off as you entered the crumbling stone church that Sonder uses as his hideout, and sure enough, inside you see the absolutionist reading from a moldering book. You see he has adorned his cloak with strings of fetishes made from decayed animal parts, and he looks up at you as you enter with a sort of stoic look, and he says, "It's time then. What's the plan?"
This guy, is he ready to fake die?
Did we discuss this plan with him before we...
Nope.
Oh, absolutely.
so.
That's why he asked us, what's the plan?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just so I know, what tone we want to come at this with, Is it, so remember we talked about how you're going to have to die? Maybe that's how we should do this. Do you remember how we talked about you're going to have to die?
You want to gaslight him about it?
Yeah, you agreed to this before.
Yeah, we brought it up. Yeah.
Right. Only temporarily.
You're really losing it, buddy. What is our plan again?
I mean, we can just say we have a plan, and this is the plan.
Yeah. Maybe you should just say what your plan is so all of us know, and then we'll figure out the details.
So here's the deal.
We're going after his guys, his friends,
Yes.
Mhm.
his nephew, and...
His nephew?
Well, I don't know. It just feels like they're his nephews and his cousins or something, right?
Oh.
He has uncle energy.
I don't remember that part, but sure.
And
Figuratively.
they've been turned by some bad magic.
He knows that part.
We know that
Yeah.
part. Yeah.
So, my dude, what we're thinking is these guys, and I motion to our two magic friends here, are thinking about putting you under, as I say in quotes. Because this way you did attack us last time we went into the Vermissian. We kind of want to avoid that this time.
Yeah, you guys had already talked to him about, obviously these guys have a line on him, right? So
Mhm.
he'd have to find some way to hide or disguise himself, but to a magic eye as well. So he, I guess, says, "Good, you found a spell that would allow us to approach undetected."
Yes. Allow you to not
Yeah.
cast spells at us.
You're not gonna like it.
Yeah. I'll let these two, I'll let Jeroth and anybody else who can do magic deal with this. I
walk away.
point to Istrid. Because it's not my deal at all.
Yeah, not me either.
I mean, I think the spell itself involves, ritual that includes feathers and bones from the ravens that feast in the Tower of Silence in New Heaven, and which, will trick the body into thinking it's dead. And then you have to seal the mouth shut so that the, soul doesn't escape thinking the body's dead or something like that.
Sure.
Yuck.
Huh.
And it'll put them out for, let's say 12 hours or something, long enough for you guys to get to where you're going.
Okay.
Can we wake him up when we need him?
That.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's say it lasts for a day or two, but you can rouse him earlier if you need to.
Perfect. I'm going to make a little backpack that he can go in.
Yes, that will be the one thing. He'll be indisposed.
Little baby Bjorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to wear him on your chest or your back?
My back, I think.
Keep your hands free. That makes sense.
You don't want to be hugging him the whole time?
I feel like he's more likely to get stabbed if he's in my front side.
Unless one of us is a traitor.
Well, then I'm glad he was back there then too.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look like super excited about it, but he is determined to save his friends. And this seems to be, at least from what he knows now, the only way to do it. So he steels himself and says, "You may proceed when you're ready." And he kind of closes his eyes and leans back.
So dramatic.
You need to drink this. Open your mouth.
It's going to get a real taste of entropy, I guess. So.
It will require a deceive occult.
And that's my role since I'm making them dead, or?
It's your people, but I'll help because I've got a cult.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're probably leading the way, but yeah, Estrin can help for sure.
Okay. I rolled a 5. So.
Okay.
So is he
Come
just
on.
dead now?
You gave him too much.
Gave him too much.
That's a full failure, not even success at a cost.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Can I help? I have deceive.
Am I going to have to eat him now?
What are you going to do? Be like, it's okay. It's all okay.
You can only get
Everything went
mastery
fine.
once, so
We
Right.
think he's fine now, but when we try to wake him up later,
Yeah. We don't know if his soul left or not.
yeah, I think something like that would be more interesting than just saying it just doesn't work. So I mean, you're going to take stress either way, just from you're drawing on power from Charnel himself. Just take 2 mind stress.
Yeah, 2 mind stress. That's it.
Just 2.
I take that as well because
Oh, that's true, actually. Yes, because you assisted. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you need to roll it, but I do have a stress now, so I don't know
you're
that you
fine
need
then.
to.
It's just 1.
I can't get a fallout with 1.
I'm up to 3.
Oof. You're fine for now. And then, yeah, I think for all intents and purposes, the spell appears to work fine.
Oh, God.
Excellent. We did it.
We're either saving his friends and bringing him to them or bringing his dead body to his friends.
We'll just add it to the pile.
I can't wait to find out which.
So you see his eyes flutter closed and his body goes slack and goes a little pale white.
He looks so peaceful.
You finish the ritual by sealing off the mouth and cleaning up the magic circle and that kind of thing. And from your point of view, you have a dead body in front of you.
Excellent.
All right.
Just as planned.
And I tell Song no.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Stay.
Drop it.
What's in your mouth?
She's growling. Oh. Yeah, all right. I wrap him up and put some cloth over his face so it doesn't look like I'm just carrying a dead body around.
All right. So we got all this loot from last time.
You especially got a lot.
I got the sword and leather armor, I believe.
I think you got a shield also, didn't you?
Sure. So do I just add blocks to my armor?
Yeah.
Essentially? Okay. So I had 3 blocks then.
Yeah, I think it was 2 for the armor and 1 for the shield. Yeah.
Dang. Nice.
My armor didn't actually change. But now
Okay.
I'm implacable is the only difference.
Who had the poison daggers?
Me.
Yeah, Istrid.
All
I
right.
like poison.
That's true. Implacable armor?
Implacable,
yeah.
that's me.
Implacable.
Yeah, it means it's not even armor-piercing weapons can pierce it.
It means I don't have any plaque. It's great.
I have my Spire Black Bomb, my Haggis Bomb.
Yeah, the Haggis Bomb. Yeah, Spire Black is the substance inside that
Oh, gotcha.
explodes.
I make a sweet little holster pouch and put it on my hip.
Just be careful.
Don't worry about it.
he's got a little shield now. He's fine.
What could go wrong?
And that shield, it's the 1 armor, and then it's also parrying, which lets you re-roll blood stress once an encounter.
And then the collar for Song, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's right, Doug. You got a new collar. Spiky. So I get an armor for that then?
Yeah,
Since it says 1 armor? Okay.
exactly. You guys are kind of, in terms of stats, treated as one thing. So
Okay.
it's one entity.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, I promised the dude that we need to get some living metal samples. So keep an eye out.
So, you guys ready to get out of here?
Let's go.
All right. Let me just pop open the door to my vault. We want to go pick up Paige before we head out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we had actually before had said that Last time you were in the vault, you got a note from Paige that she had went ahead
Oh.
because she had spotted some weird people hanging out around at Endline. So she went ahead to take a look.
Okay.
So I think we will meet her there once you guys arrive.
Okay.
Sure. If we took the entrance that I normally take, like that tunnel or whatever it was, would that take us kind of back to where we entered last time? I thought it was kind of like random entry points every time.
Yeah, they're not like super fixed in place, but
It would be closer.
yeah, if you want to get as close to where you left as possible, you just go back in the same entrance you left, which is at Endline station. So
Okay. So I won't, do my little trick where I pop into my vault or whatever. We'll just go to that entrance.
All right.
okay, ready to go? Any last minute prep?
Nope.
I'm ready.
No. I just start drinking early to get ready. Pre-drinking.
That's concerning. Yeah.
You know, I don't judge.
I do.
A little liquid courage, you know?
Yeah. Could
Yeah.
you really use some liquid courage for going back into the Vermissian?
So with a sleepy Sonder in tow, you return to the spire-facing part of Endline Station, jumping the makeshift fencing covered in warning signs and official notices to reach the abandoned platform, and then slipping underneath the platform overhang and disappearing into the darkness. Eventually stumbling into one of the tunnels that overlook the sea of abandoned cars, torn up rail, and scrap metal that is Endline proper. You begin carefully navigating the dangerous terrain here, heading in the direction of the, particularly large heap of scrap metal where you identified that the dust spells were emanating from. Carefully torn metal and stepping lightly to avoid triggering landslides. Any particular approach or strategy or a marching order or anything like that? Anything you guys want to say here before I continue?
So we know about this where it is kind of because of Istrin's vision, right?
Yeah, that was the kind of primary. You got that kind of magic sight, the
Mhm.
webs that reached out to that area. I think also Zeroth had used his crows to kind of scout out, and they kind of said that was an interesting area too. So.
Okay.
Yeah. And they had said something about landslides as well. Was that like specifically an issue when we were going to Endline, or is that just like a general thing we got to be on the lookout for in the Vermissian?
Just kind of a general thing you got to be worried about here, because again,
Okay.
it's like all these heaps of metal that have just been deposited here, so it's a bit unstable.
How big is the area that we're in? Is it like a big cavern, or are we okay?
Maybe we'll have your crows look ahead again, just to see if we see people.
Yeah, I think you're right. I should have my crows do some like scouting around here to check for spiders or monsters on the way there,
Yeah, sounds good.
so we can avoid them,
Or just people.
or just people.
Sometimes people are the real monster. You know?
Oh.
Oh.
Sometimes people are the giant spider. Well, that's actually literally true in this setting. So.
I hate it here.
All right, so I have to roll stress to do this ability in the first place.
Yes, please.
That's 1 blood stress.
Okie doke. Now you're at 4.
Now I'm at 4. Yeah.
Still fine.
Okay. Take stress early. That's probably a good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah, totally. You're fine. You're only up to like 4 stress, like on entry.
Yeah. So I guess the crows come swooping in, and I give them a little treat, some crusty bread that I found while we were upstairs, not in the Vermissian, and ask them to go tell us what's waiting for us.
Sure.
Oh, they probably love non-Vermissian bread.
Yeah, 'cause we've established before that these are weird Vermissian crows, so they're all mutated and morphed and not quite right. But liking bread is universal, so they dig in and then fly off in a kind of swirl of feathers and start flying ahead of you guys. And a little later, a couple of them return as you guys are kind of walking towards a valley that's formed between these two stacks of old train cars, and they fly on back, and one of them lands kind of on your shoulder and starts squawking at you and says, "Weird train people, weird train people."
Oh, they mentioned those last time too.
Hmm.
Weird train people.
Yeah, I hope they could elaborate. Are they
Right?
people who are trains, or they're people by train?
Numbers? How far?
Do we know who the train people are? Does Hugo know something about train people, or is this just a mystery who they are?
Oh, absolutely. I know about train people.
Okay.
I think maybe you rolled last time and didn't know, but it's been a while. You could roll and we could see. And Jessica, they say weird train people 5 times.
Okay, so they're counting it
Thank
that
you.
way.
Helpful.
Oh, 5 weird train people. Huh.
Well done, crows.
Counting crows. Yeah, good one.
Does that mean people who are trains or people buy trains?
Well, let me do a little knowledge check here. And I'll tell you all about them.
'Cause those are definitely different things.
Yeah. So investigate occult.
997.
Oh my god.
That's
Those are
good.
good.
Okay.
Success with no stress. You suspect that these weird train people might be Kerberites, which is a religion that worships, religion is a strong word. It is a group of people that worship the last train, which is a rumored entity that is the last still operational train in the Vermissium. And it is powered by strange arcane magics, and no one knows how to control it or stop it. And it's just blasting through the tracks on the Vermissian. And, if it can't find a track, it just blows through a wall to get to the next one. And the Kerberites, the rumor would be that some of them actually basically live on the last train, and they try to do, these weird rites in order to appease the train and control it. And
Fucking cool.
but you've spent a lot of time in the Vermissian. You have never seen any sign that the last train is real. And as far as you know, you think it's all a lot of bull, but stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They believe in a renegade train. That's pretty
Yes, basically.
And they're called Kerberites. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's right.
Is there any reference to something in there? What's
What's the does Hugo know anything about the etymology of Kerber?
Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
Kerberite? See, that's about as far as I can get.
So they're just regular weirdos. Okay.
They're just
we can deal
weirdos.
with that.
Has Hugo met one of them before? He's just heard or read about them.
Oh, I met a couple every once in a while. Like when I went down to the restaurant and stuff, there's some people there that like trains. So
Okay.
they just like trains.
And you've never seen a train.
Not a working train in here. No.
Okay. Perfect. Then we're fine.
No, they just believe.
Are we to believe that there's some sort of link between the Kerberites and the whoever it is who's
Like the knights?
turning what are they called? The entropy people, Church of Entropy people?
The
Saunders.
absolutionists.
The absolutionists, yeah. Is there supposed to be some link between them, or are they just different factions? What's the deal there?
Not that you're aware of. No, it seems like there's so many weird little groups of people, or little weird religious cults and fan clubs and societies and whatnot here. Yeah, as far as you know, there's no direct connection.
They're just in our way. I
Right.
guess.
Well, I'm wondering if there's some group down here that's causing trouble down here, presumably, harming the absolutionists. Would they be a nuisance for the train people as well?
I guess we'll have to ask them.
Could we maybe get some help from some train people?
Buddy up.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know, but we can ask.
Well, the ones I've met have been cool. In a weird way. We talk about trains a lot. I like trains, like a lot of people in here, but they really like trains.
Okay.
So be prepared.
Okay.
They're going to see a lot of train references.
Do you know them to be friendly, or they just really love trains?
I mean, if you bring up trains, they'll love that.
Okay.
Just don't accidentally say something wrong about trains. They probably don't
Yeah.
like that.
The one I met was named Caboose.
Can we meet some train people?
Yeah, well, can you tell? I guess let's go there. We're not going to sneak up on them. We're just going to be friendly.
Yeah. We just
passing through.
Yeah.
Maybe we can see if one of them is Caboose.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
Okay. Carry on with that knowledge in mind. So yeah, you guys continue to carry through this kind of in a valley between two piles of stacked cars. And as you start to get closer, you hear voices ahead. You hear a chorus of rough, gravelly voices that are chanting ad nauseum. Firebox, boiler, valve, cylinder, piston, wheel. Firebox, boiler, valve, cylinder, piston, wheel. And after every few repetitions, you hear a new voice that shouts, "Next stop, Polaris, or next stop Ratcatch, or any of the other train stations that you know are stations on the line. And then you see 5 individuals come around the corner, marching in a line. First is a drow wearing a conductor hat and uniform of faded blue, adorned with strips of train tickets that flow behind him like ribbons. He wields a signal switch like a staff with the yellow light dimly glowing. Behind him are 3 gutterkin in work overalls, almost completely stained in soot, dragging sacks of coal behind them. You see one cough and a little puff of deep black soot emerges. Bringing up the rear is another drow wearing a similar uniform to the first, but wearing a pair of pristine white gloves with a whistle hanging around his neck.
He's the cleanest.
He's the cleanest. I don't know why that's important.
I don't know. Like, it's just surprising that they would be one that's like cleaner than everybody else to me.
Most of his, like himself and his uniform, are not so clean, except for those pristine white gloves.
Okay. So don't shake his hand. Got it.
They are marching. You guys are in this valley. They're at the other end of the valley, and they are marching towards you.
I wave and I say, "Hello, friends. I heard you're the ones to ask if I wanted to learn about trains."
Oh, God.
That is not how... Okay.
And here's the rest of the session.
Hello, hog-heads and hoggers.
What did you say?
I called them hog-heads and hoggers. It's slang for train engineers.
What?
Did you just look this up?
Or do you just have that information?
Of course not. I know this.
No, that's regular knowledge that Dan has. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Here, I'll send you the link that I'm using.
Thank you.
Dan's also really into trains.
Dan's a big hoghead, we know. So
Yeah.
He's always talking about big hogs.
Usually in a different context, but yes.
Somehow still train related, but in a different way.
Oh no.
Yikes.
Sorry, so sorry.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Gross.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. The conductor at the front kind of holds out his staff to signal to the train behind him to stop.
I very subtly get all of our guys into a straight line.
The birds too? Or
Well, the birds are flying. We can't do anything about that.
All
But the rest of us, we can stand in a straight line.
Sure. You're in the front.
Mhm.
All right.
The conductor shouts out to you, who... No, sorry. Give me a sec.
Chew, are you?
Who are you?
Choo, choo, choo,
Oh, very good. Yeah, I think that's what he says.
I don't know how to respond. Yeah, like stick their heads out, like choo 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 choo.
Oh, absurd.
I've never met them in a pack before, so I don't know how to respond.
Yeah, I think he shouts out and says, who? Fuck, now I can't say who without.
choo are you?
He shouts out, who would stand in the way of the last train?
Oh, they're the last train.
Oh, we're not standing in the way. We don't want to derail you guys. Am I right?
I hope they laugh too.
There is a deafening silence.
Oh, God. Tough crowd.
Then you'd best make way. The last train does not stop.
Seems we're at a crossroads.
May we board?
Or can we hitch our car to their train?
Yeah.
You want to use a coupler.
Right.
He kind of squints a little bit to get a better look at you guys while you're still a bit farther away. And he says, present your tickets.
I just take out pieces of paper. I feel like we just have probably spare paper on us. Like, that's not weird.
I mean, sure, you can just hand him some scraps of paper if that's...
Yeah, or just write ticket on there.
As you approach with the scraps of paper held out, you see the one in the back with the white gloves. He steps forward and holds out his hand.
Almighty ticket puncher. I bow as I present the ticket.
And he looks at a scrap of paper that you've hastily written ticket on.
Uh-huh.
And he says, you take me for a fool?
Not at all, sir. This is what we were given at the station.
Oh, then we must be on the wrong train. Shoot, I thought this was the southbound train.
Yeah, I don't think they like that. So maybe let's get a roll or an ability or something that would smooth things over here.
Well, I feel like I can try to compel them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea.
It's a transfer ticket.
Yes. We're coming from, what's the closest station around here? I don't know. You know.
Fake people? Yeah, I don't know.
Just make something up.
You heard him shouting a few train stations earlier.
Yeah, I forgot them already.
Polaris. That was one of them.
That was one of them.
Yes. We're transferring from Polaris, sir. And these were our transfer tickets that we were given. And compel and deceive at the same time.
One or the other. That sounds like a deceive to me.
Sure, deceive.
Yeah, and then cult.
Can I help because I provided the station name?
Yeah, you whispered it into my ear.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Wonderful. 7.
Success at a cost.
Mm-hmm. Okay, slip him some money.
Okay, here's the thing. You can't convince this person that this is a real ticket.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not.
Okay. They have real tickets. I'm surprised to find this is true.
If there's anything that they actually care about, it's train stuff. So this is not something that I think you can just trick them on. But
can we purchase tickets?
Yeah, you could, perhaps convince them that you were, given the wrong ticket or whatever at this other station and that you need to buy a new one or whatever.
Right. Okay.
So let's do that.
Yeah. I'm going to say something along the lines of like, this isn't the real tickets. We've been hog swallowed. What is the word?
Yeah, hog swallowed. Yep.
Absolutely.
You've been hog swallowed.
Bamboozled. Bamboozled.
Train boozled, my friend.
Train boozled.
Okay, sure. The ticket inspector, he looks absolutely furious, but not at you, at whoever made this grave clerical error at Polaris Station. And he pulls out a little notebook and starts writing furiously in it that, I'm going to give that Frank a piece of my mind. He's been messing up all the time.
We're more than happy to repurchase the tickets, though, if that's necessary.
Yes. You can take it up with the Polaris staff later and they can refund you, but just, we got to keep things above board.
Of course.
And he asks for an obscene amount of money. That is 5 silver stress is what I rolled.
God.
Oh my
I can take 2 of those. Anybody can help me?
I don't want to.
Wow.
Okay.
Maybe we should ask to see where this train's even headed.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we wanted to talk to them, but...
Probably going to take some fallout now.
Can you tell me what your final destination is?
Hold up. What's your stress at?
6.
Well, that's depending if anyone's going to help me.
I feel like we have to take it together.
Well, I'm saying maybe we don't buy tickets. Just wait a sec.
This guy's going to beat us up.
This is really just, you guys are just trying to smooth over this situation. You've already kind of messed with them a bit. This is to basically get them on your side in a sense, whether that is to try to follow them or to just talk to them or to be able to walk by them without them causing you trouble. That's what's
They're
what we're
just
trying
gonna
to
bug us
do here.
anyway.
Yeah. I'll take one.
All right, I'll take 2.
You'll take. Okay, great.
How does that work with us both taking it?
Because you helped, right? Yeah. Just take one more then.
Okay. I'm at 4 stress.
Total? Okay.
Yeah.
5 for me.
5.
This is not a good start, you guys.
Hugo, do you have any? What's
3.
your stress level at 3? Amazingly, no one takes any fallout.
Wow.
Ooh, everything worked out perfectly. I'm gonna go to Polaris Station and get a refund.
These better be first class tickets.
Yeah, I assume so. I assume this does not put us in the caboose.
I want my own boxcar.
I think we are the boxcars, are we not?
So he reaches into one of his pockets and pulls out one of those little rolled strips of tickets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pulls out 4 of them, pulls out a little puncher, punches the corner of each of them, and hands you each a small little ticket here.
Now that we know what a real one looks like, I'm never going to be fooled again.
And he tips his hat to the conductor in front and says, "Ready to continue?" And the conductor raises his staff again, and the ticket inspector kind of motions in front of him for the 4 of you to basically to step to join the train in front of him.
Right.
They're going the wrong way, right?
They are, yeah. So, That's what they're offering right now anyway, but you may ask for something else. I don't know what you guys want out of them at this point, or if you just want to be able to get past them without causing incident, right? So
I think that for sure, but also I think we just wanted to see if they knew anything going on and if they're being also bothered by these people.
Yeah, if they'd noticed any commotion.
yeah, I mean, it's not like they're going super fast or anything. They're just marching, at foot speed. So you can make some chat with them.
Sure. I tapped the guy that's right in front of me.
Sure. The guy right in front of you would be one of the gutterkin, one of the coal haulers. So you see a little scaly humanoid, only a few feet tall. He's got sharp teeth and kind of an elongated face. And he's dragging this sack of coal and has a shovel in the other hand over his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And he turns to you in mid-chant and goes, who are you?
Oh, my name is Leon, and yours?
This guy's name is Pieces.
Oh, that's cute.
Cute.
Okay. I'm like, Pieces, that bag looks quite heavy, and I am right behind you. I can stand there as you shovel your coal into the machine, the wonderful machine that is this train.
Sorry, you were offering to carry it for him?
Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to get at least some on a good side before I start asking a bunch of questions.
Yeah, he looks kind of taken a little aback that this might be the kindest thing that anybody has ever offered him.
Good. I'm glad.
Poor sweet little Pieces.
I know.
You see him almost like holding back a tear.
Oh, Pieces. It's no trouble at all for my little friend.
Yeah, he's pretty small, and this is a big sack of coal, but it's like almost nothing to big, strong Leon. And
I'm only carrying a bunch of shit and a guy and this thing.
You do have a guy. I forgot about that. So actually, you had to buy 5 tickets. That's why it was so expensive.
Yeah. They noticed him.
Didn't care, but they noticed him.
No. They were trying to sneak him on.
You could only check one a dead body.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, great. So
you have made a friend.
So I'm going to carry this and I'll start asking some questions about the local ne'er-do-wells, particularly anybody who might be... What is it, that area that we're looking for? It's like a mound or something?
I don't know. It's not like it has a name or anything, right? It's just a big mound of scrap metal.
It doesn't have like a discerning feature?
It is probably the biggest one. So
yes,
yeah.
The big mound.
The big mound.
The big mound. Yep.
The biggest mound that has ever been until the great train makes a bigger one, I say.
He's like, that's not quite right, but we'll let it slide.
I'm new.
He's trying,
Yeah.
Okay, sure. And you're just kind of asking about
if they know anything about it, if they've been messed with maybe by this thing.
Sure.
That's what I'm going for.
Okay. I'll have you roll compel occult. You have mastery because this guy's your friend now.
Nice. Thank God I got a 9.
Pieces, he looks a little meek and kind of looks, ahead of him, pokes his head up to look at the conductor up at the front and looks back at you and says, all sorts of strange people coming and going from Big Mound. They don't buy tickets. They make landslide. They make strange noises, strange magic coming from there. Pieces does not understand. Pieces only know that they bad.
Pieces kind of know. Could you maybe give? I don't know if you can count even, but if you can,
quite the assumption.
I said I didn't know. That's literally me not assuming. I don't know if he knows or not. But yeah, if you maybe could tell us if there's a lot of guys, how many guys, a specific number, since he for sure can count. I'm making that assumption.
Yeah, sure. Pieces is actually very good at counting because he needs to know how many scoops of coal to put into the furnace.
Never doubted his ability to count.
He's only seen people coming and going, so it's hard to put an exact, number on it. But he thinks he's seen probably about 5 people in white cloaks and then probably closer to 10 people with armor.
Oh, God.
And then actually also he would have seen 3 people with strange machines on them.
The absolutionists, they don't wear white cloaks, do they? They wear all
sure do.
Oh.
And they are mind controlled, though, so.
Right.
5 absolutionists, 10 of the knights, 3 engineers, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
This is why we have you here.
Oh, my God.
To figure this mystery out.
To remember things.
Yeah. And just to do smart shit. Okay.
He also says that he saw where in the mound they were coming and going from. So you know kind of a couple of the entrances and exits, whether you're trying to sneak in or escape or whatever. You guys will have a mastery on that part.
Cool.
Nice.
Does this train stop near the mound?
That's a question.
No, unfortunately, this train is going the other direction. So you may have to part ways eventually with your new friend.
We're just going to have to dive off, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, the coupler has come loose. Ah!
We all just fall over.
And then we just slow down to a stop because we're not being pulled by the engine anymore.
Oh, I see. Well, the ticket takers are behind us.
Well, he's stuck with us, unfortunately.
We're going to take him hostage.
Can somebody come up with another station and say we're coming to that station?
I say we just jump. There were air quotes around that, listeners.
Yeah.
Off the train. It's not going at train speeds. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, whatever. They got our money.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. I mean, I just thought we could just say we're coming up to a station and be like, all right, we're getting off.
Yeah, pull the bell.
I feel like they have very set places where there are stations, and they're not going to take kindly to us implying there's a different station.
I guess that's true. But they also
Yeah.
just like their train goes anywhere and everywhere.
No, there are rules, strict rules.
Yeah, that I don't know at all.
No one knows.
I'm no
Not even
hogger
that.
or whatever.
It would be fun to tuck and roll.
Nope. Best train to jump off of right here.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We step out of line.
We're going to go. We're going to.
And wave as they go past.
Yeah.
I grab Song and do like a little somersault, like I'm tucking and rolling, and then I also wave.
Before I leave, I turn his little sack into a baby Bjorn that makes it easier for pieces to carry.
Aw.
Pieces we'll never forget.
And I'll be like, you're my favorite guy, Pieces. I'll see you again.
All right, bye, friends. Thanks for the ride.
Sure. You guys hop off. The ticket inspector behind you kind of looks and gives you a strange glance as wondering what you guys are doing.
Fair.
We just go, I don't know.
But he can't stop the train at
Bye.
this point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you see Pieces jump off the train.
Oh, no, Pieces, what are you doing?
And we'll be back
Aw.
in 2 weeks. Thank you for listening to this episode of The House of Bob. If you're enjoying the show, we'd really appreciate it if you could give us a review on Apple Podcasts. While you're at it, tell your friends, hit us up on social media. We're at The House of Bob on most platforms. And stop by our Discord channel if you're interested. The link is in the show notes. If you'd like to support the show financially, check out our Patreon. We got all sorts of bonus content on there, including a monthly bonus recording where we do director's commentary and one-shots. And I'd like to extend a huge thank you to all our current patrons. Thanks so much. Our work for this episode was by Jake at Javix. The audio production was by Alex of Astronomic Audio. And the music was by Duke Albert. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day. Roll on.
Choo choo.
Who are you? Choo choo. Choo
Choo
choo.
choo.
Pieces, they're not going to be able to go anywhere without your coal.
Yeah, that train's going to come to a halt real quick.
I have no idea what the consequences of this will be. We're going to find out next time.
There's two other coal guys, right?
Yeah, there were two other cold guys.
Oh, okay.
They'll be fine.
Did I just my kindness broke his religion?
I mean, the trained people are super strict, so any sort of kindness.
Yeah, is enough
He's
to
gonna
shake
see
his
that as-
whole theology.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gutterkin don't have it great in this setting, so I think that was opened his eyes.
No, it's just something they kind of latch onto.
Gutterkin, though, they're like kobolds or something.
So Gutterkin is actually just a catch-all term for any slimy, scaly, furry, stinky humanoid offshoots.
So kobold.
Yeah, it includes kobolds, but also goblins and rat folk and troglodytes and mushroom guys and slime girls and all of those are just lumped into Gutterkin.
Cool.
I'm very excited to find out what he actually looks like.
Yeah, he's a kobold adjacent.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
A slime kobold.
Don't you guys have to make a mind check just to even come here?
Oh,
You guys have
wow.
been here a few times now, so
Why are you trying to do this
Right?
to us?
Trying to do us dirty here.
Throwing us
Just trying to
under
be
the
fair,
bus.
y'all. I'm special, so I don't have to. That's my only point.
Once weird things start happening, then we'll make them make rolls. But for now,
Thank
we're okay.
you. That's all I ask. I was going to offer to help just because I don't want you to take more stress, but if you're up for it.
I'll take it. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Then if this fails, I'm going to stop helping. But
You're just going to stand there.
Y'all are on your own.
We've been hog swallowed. What is the word?
Yeah, hog swallowed. Yeah.
absolutely.
I don't remember, but it's something like that.
Let me see if I can find it.
You've been hog swallowed.
Yeah.
Bamboozled. Bamboozled.
Train boozled, my friend.
Train boozled.
We've been derailed, might work.
Oh, I don't think they like train puns.
Can't use derailed all the time.
What's it called when someone on a train scams you? They ran a train on you. Is that what it's called?
Nope.
Yeah, no, that's,
I think that's just as close as hog swallow.